Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, I'm doubled. Hang on. Okay, now I'm not doubled. What's going on, guys? I had a nice time at the dentist. I had my onlay put in, which sounds a lot more exciting than it is. It's basically just a crown that doesn't attach to another tooth or go over the whole area of the tooth. It's like a half tooth crown. So I had that put in. What's going on, main dog? I had that put in. They wanted to give me anesthesia for it, and I was like, I want to stream later, maybe not. And so I didn't. I just did it without anesthesia, which is fine because they only had to do a little bit of drilling, not a lot. So it was mostly just cementing. But anyway, Not for Broadcast is out. 1.0 is out. It's on sale. It's actually 25% off if you're interested in picking it up. But I figure that since I played it, I was looking through my email before I get that far. I was looking through my email. The email that I was given this key, June 2020. So it's been a while. I think I made a typo in my tweet. Maybe it was less than 2 years ago, but they sent me a key, and I've really been enjoying checking in on it every once in a while when they do an update. And now that they're finally at 1.0, I'm gonna start over because I think they changed some things in the middle, and I also think we can do more with it. So I figure I'll take a few streams, play through it all, and enjoy myself again. I'm gonna boot the game up here. Give me a second. I gotta move some of these forks out of my way. I really enjoy the, like, not technical aspect, but the technical aspect of them. They recently got a what's going on, Unkojin? Am I supposed to click a button here? Oh no, okay. Oh, the technical aspect. They won. They got a Guinness World Record for the most video in a full motion video FMV game. It's chugging along, updating my saves. I'm gonna make a new save anyway. But
good evening. I'm Megan Wolf,
and I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
So yeah, Guinness Book of World Records. I poured myself a glass of iced tea and left it on the counter. Son of a bitch. I'll be right back.
Advance is likely.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see, yes, the people never happy. It's never enough.
All right, I'm back. So yeah, I think that's. I like the idea of it. That you record, Are you
saying that
some videos and you make it into a game. I would love to work on something like this. I wish I had time and a crew to do that.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Is this intro new? It's loud. I'll give him that. It certainly is loud. I've been living. Day 1, the election. I think it would have been cool if they built the set. I mean, obviously they did a lot of work in this game, but oh wow, my frame rate's tanking. Let me not run this game at 4,000 FPS. No, can I not choose a frame rate from here? Interesting. I think I need to. Yeah, sorry. The game's trying to crank at 140, 44 FPS, and I can't do that in stream. So it's an issue on my end, not the game's end. Let's see. Manage 3D settings per program settings. Add a game. Maximum frame rate on. I don't know why it always defaults to 59 FPS. Sorry, 58 FPS. I can understand 59 because you have like 59.9 versus 60 and all that shit, but 58? All right. Back into the game.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Uh-oh. Oh, yes. I'll F-word. That's my fault. That's completely my fault. I alt F-word. I figured, why go through the menu to quit? Okay. Oh, does this just loop forever? Tony. Picture the dudes, yeah. Staff drinks. Miss November, very nice.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left.
The vision
Don't
mixer.
worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now,
That sounds like
have a look to your left.
you go on the retreat and you go to the vision mixer at the retreat.
These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of video
Come to
tapes on the
Bumley.
left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've
Exercise with ham sleeves.
Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
Like it's my job.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me come out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. It's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be to throw the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
It's all gravy.
Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins sports person.
Johnny Hamsleeves. It's got music. They just went to 1.0, so I'm restarting. This is literally the beginning.
About his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic.
Right, button 2 in 3, 2, 1. Now, lovely, mate.
Lovely.
Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
I forgot how much fun this game was. It's nerve-wracking sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to, but I figured why not.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now, lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down,
Scroll
keeping
wheel.
the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now, the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play
What's going on,
the
Knight?
first
How you
one
doing?
at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well.
I want to see ham sleeves. I also want to see Come to Bumley, so...
Acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late. Oh, I thought I'd ask him about the
I gotta watch all these ads not,
Confuse him with any big words.
like, without the news, you know?
news with you. I thought that was our little secret.
Doing alright.
He doesn't remember any.
I just went to the dentist today and got
Uncomfortable with the
more work
illusion of
done.
friendship.
Love you too.
Wicked, we made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate.
What's going on, Fist?
This is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
cards. Please
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of
Fun
seconds
grind,
is
hopefully?
usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
The happy clappy sidey whitey. You couldn't hear me over talking? Oh, sorry.
5, 4.
I'm doing alright. I just went to the dentist today.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get
up,
ready to go to
political
Megan on
reporter
screen
Megan
4.
Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
I still think he looks like Mike.
I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
I'm on
May I
2.
say having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter,
I was asking how your grind was. Hopefully it was good.
do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet.
Rockman.
You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me.
A rideable mount.
bleed.
Oh, interesting. I don't know anything about Final
That's how
Fantasy,
it
so.
feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding. Doesn't it? Giving. Suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the
Wait,
positive
I don't think that means what he
change
thinks it
that I bring
means.
about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, don't worry, you won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to do
I
it.
forgot about how much that penalizes you.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character,
I forgot how much that fucking.
is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Cool, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
Sorry, I can't read chat. I'm
Now we're gonna
broadcasting.
squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Nolans, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time, push upwards.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
Stop it all.
Bloody perfect, mate.
Thank you.
We have to ask ourselves.
Sell upgrades to $25 and you have 1 to 80 by paying. Oof.
You'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
This is not for broadcasting, but I'm breaking the rules to bring you a special report here.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screen.
I don't know Morse code, so that could have been anything.
Do it by ear.
Yeah,
Most
breaking
people like to have the
breaking
volume of
the
broadcast screen
law.
a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
I like it where it is, actually.
As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold
You
it
thought I was
down.
doing more, right? Not bad at faking it, huh? Unplugging it and plugging it back in again.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed.
Oh, they don't come out.
Wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Running the country.
I think they can come out.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put.
Is Fanny a curse?
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day 1 of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate.
Put your shitting pants on.
When we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of
The
every
other
person
side?
in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of, probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their
Get me my shitting pants.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country.
Your head?
No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's
Never watched
ours,
Lemmy live.
that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats.
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been, in the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again, just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your
Is
time.
pissed a cuss word too?
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance, and our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not...
I mean, I know that means drunk, but is that like a word they have to censor?
Braces itself for new government. That's all.
I don't know. I guess in Britain land, or wherever they are.
Tomorrow, with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Job's yours.
Same old boring politics then?
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now or something?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
You're not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Can you just say filleting Satan?
And it's all happening right in front of you. I'm Alan James.
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those shriveling dentures again. Oh, grandma, look at their faces. That's not what cows look like.
You call it the stock market. I call it the stuck market. Because it's just another pole they've stuck up our collective...
I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron. He's standing in the way of the truth.
Now, Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, is coming to your city.
I'm Alan James, author of Alan James is Right. The gospel according to Alan James. And the Alan James shall set you free. And now I'm bringing my message directly to you. With my new nationwide tour, Alan James is Right, in front of you.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James.
Alan James is right.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Alan James.
When the program's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's
Ah.
3 pages. This
I gotta see because of the fucking censor.
each sequence and an overall grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
My face when I'm Alan James.
Right, this synopsis.
That was the space bar. Oh no!
What happened during the show? You got a graph there showing you what the audience did. They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course, you can really drill into the details if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here, never once. Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid. And how
Broke
much
ass poor. Yep.
that bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
Sounds about right.
This is the last page, and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
We gotta decide what kind of run we want to do.
Alright, mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes, and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit
This is my last
tape.
last
Once it's
game.
finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
Wow, was it really February last I played? No, it could have been February 21. Wow.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national.
Yeah, rice noodles. It looks nice.
But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock, it's the
semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East.
Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be grilling his guests in Incisors, and tonight sees a return for leading economist Katie Brightman. Finally, at midnight...
It's the National Weather Report before we say good night until tomorrow. But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the National Night in.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight. Moving on up, the election win that experts said just couldn't happen.
Just a block of cheddar.
Hopeful or hostile.
I really like the smoked mozzarella on like when I make pizza sometimes.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chap. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular.
All right, I mean this is literally what I just did.
And let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
This is the cool shit. Like, not only do they make this game where you select everything, but there's like B narratives in the background.
Apparently, he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's at liability in the best of times.
So you mute everything else, and you can hear them talk during the thing. And so you just listen to them talk.
The source is what? It's very green.
Is that green? Looks blue. Yeah, it's teal. I don't know. I would sit here and watch this all day. I don't know if Stream cares as much as I do, but... Oh, they always are, Fist. Stuff like that, you look back and it's always a cringe fest, which is sometimes fun, but... They're not even talking. Just talk. I want to hear the background.
No, party, team spirit, all that bother.
Swearing.
The best part about doing something like this is it's all TV, so you can have teleprompters for everyone. Everyone can read off a teleprompter. They're shitting pants. That's a fucking great term. This is less fun than I thought it would be. I like when they talk, but otherwise it's just nothing. We're doing right, Doc. This is just how British TV is. This is what I imagine British TV is. This guy with the beer in one hand and telling people to get their shitting pants on.
Avoidable set of tax laws.
So all you
incursion on personal relatives.
We'll watch more of those eventually. The playback room, we already did. Okay. Everything all right, Doc? Hopefully. I mean, you don't have to share. I don't want to make you... They were a different town. Did they, like, not announce it? They'll be here tomorrow. Well, hopefully you're able to go tomorrow, then. An unexpected form. Day 3. An unexpected form. You arrive home to find post on the mat. Most being there more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however... Oh, most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you when you open it. It's from a form from the new advanced government, asking for information on all citizens. The first page is already filled in. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your child, Charles Winston, and Susie Winston. Well, you muse, at least they got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Question 1. Upon starting a new job, you would A. Be friendly and introduce yourself to your new coworkers. B. Be productive and get to work immediately. C. Ease yourself in and orient yourself with your new workplace. Or D. Reminisce with friends about old jobs. Yeah, that's the worst. Sorry, man. You have no record of applying to it, but you got an interview? I mean, if it's for something you're interested in doing, then that's not bad, right? I guess I'd ease myself in and orient myself with my new workplace. Question 2. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would help your colleague cover the violation, recommend that your colleague reports it, promise your colleague you won't tell anyone, report the violation to your supervisor immediately, recommend they don't, that they report it. Question 3. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would leave work on time, stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline, leave work early and head to the pub to chat about the changes with colleagues, leave work early and head home to see your family, leave work on time. Yeah, that's possible too. The job I'm in now is because my mom didn't send the resume in, but she found the job and sent it to me, you know, so maybe a family member is looking out for you. Question 4. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. B. Washing your hair that day. I mean, I wash my hair every day. Go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. Or D. Have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. I guess I'm looking forward for a nice day with my friends and family. Question 5. You had a long, successful career and are now about to retire. In your speech, you list your achievements and all the good memories you have of working there. B. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. C. Focus on issues and challenges you face while working there. Or D. Refuse to attend. I guess my achievements. Question 6. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music or making models. B. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. C. Encourage and support your children with their hobbies. Or D. Play in a local sports team. I guess A. Question 7. Your ideal holiday getaway would be A. Surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind. B. Exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges. C. A structured day out at a theme park bustling with thrills and attractions for you and your family. Or D. A romantic getaway with your partner to a tropical island paradise. I guess A. Question 8. It is most important that the government keeps people safe, free, happy, equal. I guess free. Thank you for your cooperation. Advance knows your time is valuable, and we appreciate your help in leading the nation to a brighter future. Sign your name. I'm curious what it shows on the forums. I know they had a close-up shot. Oh yeah, it is actually the questions. Day 6. A family matter. Yeah, it actually does show them. That's pretty good. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. Is that Goofy like trademark Goofy? A knock at the window brings you back to reality. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Oh, look, there's the face. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex, Chris stammers. But I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. Are you okay? Should I go get Sam? No need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and Wealth Act. I literally work in the news. Chris's fist bangs the table. It's total bullshit. It's bullshit. They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness. Which is why I need your help. How do I get the feeling I'm not going to like this? Chris's eyes seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. My passport? It's illegal. They've taken mine and half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look so similar, so... Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. I wouldn't ask if I didn't have any other choices. Surely there's another way. It can't be that serious. Chris's mouth falls open. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I've treated your children like they were my own. We're family. Does that mean nothing to you? Alright. You climb the stairs to your bedroom, careful not to wake Sam, who is cocooned in the duvet as usual. The dovet as usual. You open the wardrobe, unlock the safe, and retrieve the passports. A sleepy voice breaks the silence. Alex, what's going on? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. Chris is downstairs. They're leaving the country and they need my passport to do it. Sam sits bolt upright now, all thought of sleep gone. What? They're leaving the country? Are things that bad? Apparently, they'll be fine if they can leave. Chris can take my passport and get out. According to Chris, I'm not sure. I don't know if I really want to give up my passport. This must be tearing Sam apart. Their family has always been close. You know what I would do, Sam says finally. But it's not my passport. I can't ask you to give it up. Alright, you're right, I'll do it. Family comes first. I'll be back up in a minute. You close the safe and head back downstairs to find Chris at the table fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So, have you got it? I like how they give you like 90 chances to say no. Yes, here, good luck with everything. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thanks, I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Chris, takes the passport and, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs the nigh-on fluorescent suitcase and heads out into the night. You head to bed, hoping you can prise some of the dovet away from Sam without waking them. My ISP is emailing me about the weather. Yes, I'm aware it's planning to weather this weekend. If he gets caught, he'll be the one in trouble since he'd have to pin you willingly. Yeah. Oh, who's that? Hopefully nobody takes it, yeah. It is. What's going on, Defrag?
Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Should we play this to be safe? Mr. Snugglehugs, of course. Juice Day Cocken. Crazy Neil. Of course we gotta do Crazy Neil. Do you want Alan James again? To a medium-sized hall near you. An elegant new skin cream with a porky little twist. Oh, for fuck's sake, these are hilarious. Yeah, this is a different Five Nights.
Right, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
Choose carefully.
Says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Oh, I went way early.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh no, you can't go early on that one.
Tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the country's wealth creators in a state of panic and unfavourable rumblings already heard from overseas, I'll be asking my guess whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Out with the old, Rimington's Fist have appointed Sophia Rimington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Rimington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it will be
Snugglehugs.
but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborgen-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered case...
Where's Dante's taint located?
But thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course,
Dante's taint. That's the name of the cave system.
For this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year,
Dante.
as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artist Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and mega more for the group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I gotta play with the little nub. What am I getting honked at for?
Speaking of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't...
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Got it.
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've
Got
never
it.
heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but
I like how it still has little red lines, even though I'm not live. Also, if we have a machine that can detect cusses, why is it not automatically bleeping them?
Saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Oh shit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Little Jakey's going to the big bad country with water.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country.
Bye.
Advance have already tasked what they're calling
What are we doing?
a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly.
The kid interrupting the dad's interview, yeah.
Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Can't you go back in your gimp space?
And
off you go.
Gimp space.
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
He's not wearing pants.
Naughty boy. Mummy said...
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your gimp space. No! Naughty! You beast cut!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson.
They have a bike locked for his door.
After serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swamp, he's agreed to talk.
You roll with it. You just go with the flow.
Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank, Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank, Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank, Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank, Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
It's open!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
Is her name Chris too?
Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Freebollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
Little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
A balloon.
Yes, we...
Ah! Mariachi band.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, you were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our trainer's thought there. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to clean up...
I want clowns and mariachi bands at my party, man.
After the break...
And, well, I mean, probably shouldn't ask for strippers at a birthday party.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody. Well,
mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result
Prison
of the
party.
vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip, when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Looks alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's back. I'm Megan Wolf.
Welcome's
Tonight
back.
on Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths.
Jeff Algebra.
Thanks, Steve. Maths is really important. Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids.
John Algebra. Here to do your math.
We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
Angela Algebra.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way.
Oh, wait, no.
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin.
But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly.
What?
We did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day.
That doesn't restrict you from voting.
Why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant.
So let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right. Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right. Who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be
That wasn't off on the beat.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
You can say damn?
Just work as a team. It's your choice to be me. It's my choice. So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice. Friendship!
Yes!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the
What's going on for real?
My name's Jeremy Dalton. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Wow. Wow. What a show.
Was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but doesn't make it so.
I have a silly
Got him.
belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
They can. I can't. What? Say damn? I could say almost anything I want. Keyword being almost.
Because we said so.
A+. Yeah, B was when I fucked up the shot. You have 69 420 GGs? Oh, because I cussed? I pay it to me, and I have unlimited. Unlimited gears. Unlimited gears. Unlimited gears. Limited by your imagination. Thus unlimited. Oof. Oh, that's pretty sick though. Look at that. Wait, I got a B for that? I didn't do anything wrong. An exceedingly poor edit. Oh no. All offensive words were censored. You've received a small bonus. Current wealth, broke ass poor. All right, I think there's one more section in this chapter. I'm out of iced tea. Day 15. A late night. You get to the theater slightly early, and Sam's already there waiting, dressed to the nines. You smile widely as you join hands and take your seats in your private box. You could certainly get used to this. The tickets arrived on your doormat on Monday, with a typed thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport back soon enough, apparently. The show isn't to your usual taste, a pretentious opera in the language you know for a fact that Chris doesn't speak either. Still, the complimentary drinks sure go down smooth. When the show finally ends, how many bows do these people need? You stand in line to get your coats, and Sam has you in creases with a hilarious impression of the conductor, arms flailing wildly. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their new tax bills. It sounds awful. Sam smiles gratefully as you both think of Chris, safe and sound. Is it Barbara of Seville? I don't think it is. It's been a long time since I've seen the actual opera. I don't know. I can't tell. It's been too long for me. When you get home, you're still laughing as Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and there's a note on the kitchen table in his almost illegible scrawl. He says he's staying at a friend's house. Oh, he says he's at a friend's house. You trust Charlie. He'll be home soon. It could have been. It's one night. He's got to start taking responsibility for his own decisions sometime. What's the worst that could happen? Day 16. A call from school. That's your favorite Looney Tunes? Your family answering machine crackles to life. Who could be calling you and your spouse? Who could be calling while you and your spouse are at work? Good afternoon. This is a message for the Winston family. It's Miss Smith calling regarding your son Charlie. The tinny old woman goes on. What's going on, Mazaka? This is not for broadcast. I've played it before. It just went 1.0. I know Barbara of Seville because we used to play the excerpts from the opera in band. I'm sure there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, but he wasn't in school today, and we haven't heard from you that he would be absent. I'd like to remind you we do require all absences to be authorized in advance, or in exceptional circumstances for parents to ring first thing in the morning. Please see to it that it doesn't happen again. Thank you. Goodbye. Somebody has some explaining to do. Oh, it is interesting. So the way this works is right now we're kind of in the off story kind of thing, but we control the news broadcasts. We're the broadcaster. We choose what takes to take and what to bleep. And Day 42, a gentle reminder. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls your gut like a dead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing it as the teal advanced logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, this is your second reminder letter regarding the Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Please submit your passports to your nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for the scheme. You cannot receive your share of the national rebate without submitting these documents. You knew there'd be consequences, but that doesn't make it any easier. We work as a team, and we're rewarded as a team. Forwards together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Chris is safe. That's all that matters. You hope. Day 48. A tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker. Pulling a cracker? Just break it in half. While your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You always did have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now. Your dad's place. Yeah, they were getting towards some kind of civil war in the last... I haven't seen chapter 3 yet. Cracker's a firecracker? Don't you light those on fire? Why are you pulling them? Firecracker.me apparently is a website. What? Board exams for med school. Yeah, pass. You're sitting at the head of the table now, your dad's spot. A Christmas cracker. You break it open for a crowning gifts. Not our version of firecracker. What? So they have a word that means something else? Paper toy. All right. Okay. Across from you is Chris's empty seat. Probably on a tropical beach somewhere, you'd think. You catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clearly thinking the same thing. I like the party blowers. Christmas cracker? Oh, all right. Yeah, never seen one. I think we discussed this last time too. I still have never seen one. Even without Chris, the food has had to be stretched a little thinner this year, but no one seems to notice. Christmas really can be a wonderful time of year. You look around the room at your family. You having a nice Christmas, Grandma? You stay silent. You make a toast. You having a good Christmas, Grandma? What? I can't hear you. Make a toast. You stand up and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad that we're all here. Well, most of us. There are murmurs of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Your daughter, Susie, seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me? You raise a questioning eyebrow. Do we love you? I'm not gonna like this, am I, you joke. You know me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you would help me with the money. You laugh. I knew it. I'm a mind reader, you chuckle, as your 19-year-old daughter rolls her eyes. You wish you could say yes without worrying, but now that your mother's had to move in, things aren't quite as simple anymore. It's a UK thing. It's kind of like fortune cookies, but you get lame jokes instead. I mean, you definitely get lame jokes in fortune cookies sometimes, but all right. Is there like candy inside, or is it just paper? Didn't know I was a dad. You know, sometimes having to babysit Chat, I feel like a dad several times over. I've got 20-something children. How much are we talking here? Only a few hundred, she mumbles, as she pushes a stray pea around her plate. It takes a great effort for you not to spit your mulled wine across the table on your elderly mother. I know it's a lot, darling, Sam interjects, but trains are expensive. This is a great opportunity for her, and I did already say she can go. Alright. We'll make it work somehow. You hate me? After all I've tried to provide for you? Susie's grin stretches from ear to ear. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The mood soars as Sam puts a paper hat on your head and Charlie takes pleasure in reading everyone's god-awful cracker jokes. I went to get milk and everything. No, I got it's in the fridge. I've been making mac and cheese with it. The mood soars, yeah, blah, blah. The room is filled with voices and laughter. Looking around at your grinning family, your mother whispers, your father would be so pleased. You dab your eyes with your napkin. I'm not gonna dab. No candy, it's just a joke and a paper crown. I mean, if that's what you guys do for fun. That's all right. You're one of the adopted ones, Mustix. Oh, wait, are we not supposed to tell them they're adopted? Day 72, a long weekend. Why does the zip on these damn cases never close? It's your anniversary. Every year, you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some time alone together when you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work. Excuse me, just a little bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News Team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I'll expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you gonna tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement. Kissing you, they grab the car keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the truck. Yeah, let's ignore it. Ignore the you need the weekend. Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice from behind you. Nothing important, you reply as you put on your coat, adrenaline coursing through your body. Grabbing Sam around the waist, you practically slam the front door. I adopted a granddad. Mustix isn't that old. Don't, not that old. You might as well enjoy your time off. You're gonna pay for it on Monday. An unwelcome return. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. A note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I'm very disappointed in you, Winston. Was it worth it? Permission slip. Day 98. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping benefits of cooperation? Join the advanced go-getters today. Forwards, together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs a flyer from you and thrusts the form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us off after home. So you won't have to do anything. Oh no. Alright, you sign the permission slip for your son to join the advanced go-getters. Your son is thrilled. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about becoming an active part of the community. This can only be a good thing. Day 101. A free ticket. Some guys at work gave them to me. They can't go. Sam stands in front of you, brandishing 2 tickets. You see the title in bold letters. Alan James is right, in front of you. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Shall we go? Free tickets are free tickets. He's a character and it'll be hilarious if nothing else. The show is entertaining, but much less funny than you thought. He's a powerful public speaker and something about it sticks in your mind. Lying in bed, wide awake long after Sam's breathing turns heavy, it hits you. It was the crowd. Not laughing, but roaring. Day 110. A profitable partnership. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the posts sorted into piles. We don't call it posts here, we call it mail here. As Sam is taken to doing recently. Most of it is the usual rubbish. But a letter with the increasingly familiar advanced logo and a urgent respond immediately plastered on the front in a correspondingly urgent red font grabs your attention. Best get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the advanced government has taken another step forward in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country, the Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions, chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. EOB, Eye of the Beholder Incorporated. Whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or culture, culture, we see the beauty in all our customers. Neil's Deals Unlimited. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil. Pleasure Core. Our business is your pleasure, from sport to travel or even just some you time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. Pleasure? Crazy Neil, huh? Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You'll receive a report from your partnership in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even advanced can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of this nation is in partnership. Forwards together. Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? Peter Clement. Day 153. The Tempest. Oh, it's raining out today. Yes, hello.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pip. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Check your prostate, of course. Crazy Neil. Oh, shit.
Probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said.
Oh, shit.
Did you
Check your prostate. Crazy Neil. I guess advance, sure.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Just barely missed.
Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly this formerly overprivileged section of our society is not adjusting well to the new future.
Risotto, no.
It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since...
I like how there's a lens flare for the ring.
Married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year.
Tina Tiny Hands?
This is one celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport.
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a Flard will do, you need the Flardmaster 5000. That's the slogan accompanying the announcement that has rocked the construction industry this morning. The breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
What? Oh.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties,
8,000.
have been averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you?
Did she just say it hurts him to remember?
I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes. That'll be the fur. Scented with hoof.
Censor the kid, yeah.
I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's a general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
And then he...
Oh, there's a whole sub-story about that. Don't worry about that. We'll get there. Either probably tomorrow.
...is now permanently embedded in your cheek.
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages. I know it's under there.
Staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
Too many eyes, Robin.
5 eyes.
The last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you.
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
It sounds very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite enough of you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you've had your
normal
questions,
again?
and now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on, Mr. Tadlock. Your poster, your favourite poster. Timmy, are you okay? Oh.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
I'm pleading, am I not?
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Rimington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advance mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response.
It's I have no answer for that because I'm the broadcaster.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Bursting.
She's very good.
Who?
Megan.
Yes, she is.
Watch your back, Jeremy. Women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dipping onto my head.
I'm bursting.
Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Gotta cut around the butts. Cut the butts. Butt cut. No. Cut butts.
Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived? Our expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements.
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy.
Oh,
We're going
not going there
now to
yet.
our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on.
Striker, go first.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
D-Robe.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Is there contact? Don't know why you complain. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
Of ends.
Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
Oh, come on. We're watching them change ends.
Second round. Harris.
We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. I apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body, yeah. All right,
An eyesore?
Back into round 2 now, and Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. You know, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that the fitted thumbscrew? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery on display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, I've always said that. And after all, it is a game of two halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around.
Oh no! Oh no!
Really gossy, not
Wait, what do you mean? Oh no!
And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Too many genitals on stream.
Ballboy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you.
Not bad.
You go first, you go first.
So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies?
What?
Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because, of course, if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to striker. And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps. And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 bouts. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I mean, this is a mess now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match.
I missed it. Shit.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters.
Oh shit.
Jog on!
This is the mime round.
An absolute bloody. Okay, and now
The mime round.
And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in at this point. Really high-level play here from 2 absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Just cut the commercial. Yeah, no, you can't. They're locked. You see on the right?
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. and she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg, and now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From a striker, but she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet.
What? What does that mean?
Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife.
His 15th win. Oh, that's great.
The on-site security to collect their medals. They're 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
His 15th win.
Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me.
Yeah, dude, his 15th win? You got to doing something right.
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
He's just sitting there with the ball in front of him.
Chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit dangerous. Now I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions. Boozman out.
So sorry about all these buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there. Triple C.
We'll look into it.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
I forgot the prostate. The prostate video was on the right.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Is your sea damp?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Cheeky cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
Check them. Your rectum.
Benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's dripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, pet. talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera there?
Oh, I clicked the wrong button.
13.
Sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud.
From school, he was to go to the hospital.
No, this is new for this because it's raining out.
That morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. We were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that.
Clicked out and my controls haven't been working because I clicked into OBS.
So he'd just take a shit right there in the house while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
Gotta censor it.
It was awful. It were awful for us. And this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me man, watching him slowly fade away.
Me man?
And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. Yes. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Microphone pack has just given me electric shock. Are you okay? I don't know. I think it's from my asshole.
Oh, it's still on the air, Peter.
No, yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
Fried me asshole.
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, I rolled your face, fucker! That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
For fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
Fried me asshole shut.
It's hard to yet be enough to do it. Oh, Megan. We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board Final, and we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
So they just... I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I start the leak.
Oh, D? Oh. What? Yeah, that was when I held the space bar and I got shocked. All offensive words censored. An interference-free show. Exceedingly poor edit. You've received your full wages. Your current wealth, selling a kidney. All right, we got 2 hours. All right, I'll do a little bit more. I do want to get some iced tea, though. Don't let Dave and Kyle see it. That's okay. They get my edits for free, so they'll be all right.
Oh, thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged, then release it to zap the little fuckers. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up.
Remember the bears from earlier?
Keep your ears open. You'll hear them climbing up the tower. Don't let them build up.
We'll be going live to the National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on.
This has no credibility, Jenny.
On Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
They did this during lockdown.
It's not a
Which is a fucking
Everything is where it should
crazy
be.
pivot for them. I'm like, that's
I
great.
expect you to know the difference. Of course, Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Ooh.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
She says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Make it so.
Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
So remember the toy from earlier that maimed the kid?
4, 3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefucked? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we had so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with
Why is it attacking the tower? You'll see. We'll discuss why they're going crazy.
Make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
They're attacking people and going after
frightening new development means
tons
that
of
even
things.
those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their backs and keep their ears open for the soft steps of sinister feet.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehugs' batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships...
The government went on lockdown because of the bears.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
Oh, shit.
In
I
response
was
to
on the
a
wrong screen.
nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was, of course, raided by the Mrs. Snugglehugs to construct their vast hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution. Or at least, that's their excuse.
Going it alone. Popular crustacean Johnny Hamsleeves is back in the news today as his astonishing photograph that he leaked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her
Tiffany Tiny Hands?
bombs for its now postponed grand opening.
Wait, they could say chocolate clit bombs, but not
It's great to see a celebrity.
damn or whatever they were saying before?
As the government suggests, by developing a new hobby or fetish, and most importantly, by keeping your spirits up. Nice to see Johnny doing his little bit.
The shape of things to come? In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Svorsborgen Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Greetings from Svorsborgen Horgens Boardwalk. We've got the generators up and running again, and not a peep from the boys' side in days now. They don't seem to have the ability to be able to focus on more than one thing. It's fascinating. I mean,
I can't hang
they're
the phone up.
monkeys, basically, flinging their feces around and playing with themselves. We've got a choice of spas our side and the best patisseries you've ever seen. In 28 years down here, all they've managed to invent is a pointless game called Run, Kick, Ball, and
Run, kick, ball.
called a rock witch. Mum says if it wasn't for their sperm, we could probably do without them. And our top people reckon that we'd be able to make it artificially in the next decade or so. So there's that. Helvetica out!
Wait, she named after the
It's hard
font?
to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
The quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Papers, please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced, having a passport
Another
is
game.
becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters. The red hot metal may seem painful, but I'm told it's actually preferable to most music currently in the charts.
Got it. I mean, got him.
Advance speaks out, with the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world. Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. One of the many new jobs I have in this current crisis is to liaise on a daily basis with the Department of Perambulation, and they
Perambulation?
are very aware of these. Now, these are genuine requests from citizens for permission to go outside. Now, I would like to share a few of these with you tonight under the loose heading of what the fuck is wrong with you people? How difficult is this to grasp? I'd like to start with James from Angerhampton, who says he needs to go
It's a younger Harrison Ford,
that I like to try and
but not a young Harrison Ford.
I call him
Oh shit!
Clackington, and I think we're
I hit
really
space to try and throw him off, and I muted.
No,
I censored.
James, they make their hives in parks. And then Katie, from Self-Righteous-on-Sea, wants to go out so she can deliver homemade meals to the elderly. No, Katie, stay at home. Your casserole's dire, and Shirley can get by with tins of creamed rice from the 1950s. And you, Lewis, from Hamble Bamblebury, those screams you heard in the alley last
Hamble
night behind your
Bamblebury.
house are best left to the police. Now, I want to make this as clear as I can. Think first, stop sending me stupid, sodding requests, and stay inside. Pretend it's not happening until we tell you it's all over. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on if you were, say, a news programme.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Rimington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
I got to the wrong thing. Whoops. They changed the intro.
First tonight, how did we get here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Milkirky is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Svengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing laboratory, what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned
Upper
psychic
Lowington?
scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
The voice seem to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions.
Oh, God.
Very technical.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Rimington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such unforeseen consequences?
Mary Shelley?
We see you, Sophia Rimington. You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first dancing hanging toy. He put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little executioner just wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously. And he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys, which is now just one small part of the global supermassive megacore that is Rimington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory, another one of his pet projects. But we never lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today, to tell you about a brand new product we're launching simultaneously around the world from midnight tonight.
We said science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the wind, its fart under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please, don't keep us in suspense any longer.
It won't be my feature she's making up next.
Rimington's Fist is proud to present Snuggle Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Each box of Snuggle Traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehug in its tracks. That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes. And you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about Snuggle Traps is they're powered by next-generation Flardinium batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you, Mr. Donaldson. You are screaming and yelling. Your friends are crying. They fear you. And then...
Ooh. Spooky math.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys, but they're explosive fun.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
Was that all
These
right?
bandages.
Oh, yes, Doctor, that was exactly what we...
She seems very nice, that young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my sceptical arsehole.
Hello, mate. It's Dave. You're not going to believe this, but I've decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex.
He wants his job
See you,
back.
mate.
This is hogwash. Of course we have one, but I spent it on
It's Santa.
informational videos and Carl, my personal human shield. Finally, I want to remind all of you of the strict guidelines you must follow during this crisis.
No, internal video?
Panicking makes you
Fine.
less productive, and that makes Bozeman sad. Protect network equipment at all costs. We have literally hundreds of employees, but our budget is limited. We ask you to do the right thing and value our property over your personal safety. If you're working from home, please refrain from taking meetings on the toilet. Even if you're not
exactly.
going,
You said
we
it,
can
I've
still
said
tell
it.
from the way your voice
He
is
must
all
know.
echoey.
Your voice gets all echoey when you
I
poop.
just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us. Hey, no, Jenny. You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. It's gonna work. We'll get him. I've made the cake. You're on the balloons. I've got no idea how old he is. 40? 17? Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3... Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Ruth. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, people are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise we've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
This is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Beef
Very,
house.
Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be
Oh, sorry.
catastrophic.
Beach house.
Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us quiet. Shh. They want us compliant. And they want us inside.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but...
Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people. And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit!
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true. Corrupt media lies.
And Katie, how do you
My edit's not going to be good on this
Alan's
one.
claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all blow over, but it won't.
Yes, right, exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need huge financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
to repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or to push a beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily into health, so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made monsters?
Neat in VR. Oh, that'd be kind of sweet.
The enemy within?
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army.
My edit's gonna be shit this time. Holy cow.
That's you. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
I'm not lying. You are.
Oh, good one. Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James.
Alan, you know
Katie
what they say about
Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello, I'm here. I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's
Why is
like
he so?
out
Oh,
there?
I know why it's okay.
Yeah, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. So my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Oh, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
Mm-hmm. And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually, Jeremy, there.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on?
It's big news.
I'm just looking for a sign. There it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign, it says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh yeah, that's strange. That's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine, I'm not on Bannon Avenue. I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom technically, but you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
Can you hear that sound? What the hell's that?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit. Fucking, listen to me, you bastards. If you're out there, just to piss off, you little fucking snuggle fuck. I'm too talented to die. Oh, too talented. What the fucking hell? Okay, it's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. Don't worry. Seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick?
I see only the devil. I see only Satan. Oh, God, no. They're coming to this. They're coming over. No, you fucking little shit.
Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management.
Hey, thank you, Bonk.
Just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be happy to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right.
My window.
Delivered. Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
Wait. Oh, right.
With Neil appeal, as the astronaut once said to me, I had a mission. Sometimes you're the alien, and sometimes you're the cow.
I don't like that they said there's one loose in the studio.
No, I'm not.
Oh, there it is.
Going to. I don't have to. No, you're being a child. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. No? No. Oh, 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people felt it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense, other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win and who will National Nightly lose. Fuck! So, how do we play? Well, joining me is a man who knows all about playing. It's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that, actually, yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy?
Yeah, you called during nap time, so...
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy, you sausage. I'm going to ask contestants
Do I have
from
to mute
around the
sausage?
territory 3 questions about what else, yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Oh.
Thank you.
On his typewriter.
This.
Oh, shit.
She's turned off the trip switch, Alex.
What a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once-in-a-lifetime prize, Jimmy?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you. Both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie.
Was she playing Wordle behind her? What's that game?
I'm a human woman, and my
Words Without Friends?
described as exceptional. acceptable.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get this shambles underway?
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. What is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct, the colour of my nipples. And finally, Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable, that is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour?
Wait, you mean human woman here? Yes.
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well, if you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, amongst others.
Carpetburn.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but they won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to claim my 15%
So, I mean,
from their unemployment.
there's kind of a reason why there's a little bit of a weird dialogue going on.
That certainly is.
I don't want to spoil it.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well,
Oh, no.
to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We've got time.
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right. Don't worry.
Hey, I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children.
Geoff?
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Timely child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine. How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear,
Yes, right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise old octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No,
Octopuses don't have wings.
don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do, Mr. Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow, you really have taken yourself to new depths. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
And Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big musical number. Oh, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Yeah, I might be able to... Hang on, can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
What?
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted.
What?
At all. Right. I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to endure.
You turn this shitting thing up. Well, there's all sorts of creatures.
It might be the same bear over and over. Who knows?
Like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow. They're always in good moods. But that's 'cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house. Ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports. Now he's an alcoholic and he's on his 3rd divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualizations will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there?
That's where self-esteem goes to die.
Why does he have apples?
Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning.
Fuck is this?
That's it from us for tonight. Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again.
Why is she dressed up?
Eventually. But before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me down, chum. Playing it safe. Making the dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes
Oh, am I Alex in this game? I think I am.
You know that. And frankly, chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp. Alex, will you
Yeah, the
get
bear
away
was
passports so
entranced.
my super rich sibling can abandon us all? Sure. Here it is. Pathetic. Can I have the money we need for food so I can go around the continent on a jolly? Sure, Susie. We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food.
It's either my wife or like a fever dream. I don't know. Because they're talking about my kids.
Aren't you tempted to just lay down the law? You know what's hot, Alex? Other than me, obviously. Confidence. Power. Control. We're all drawn to it, like rats to the piper. Don't you care where your son goes at night? You will when you find out. Look, far be it from me to try and lead you down the dark pathway, although sort of is my whole raison d'etre.
Raison de terre.
Just for a moment, that none of this was real. It was just some stupid game where you could just do it all over again if it all went wrong. Imagine if Sam and Charlie and Susie were just characters. Wow. Think of all the fun you could have. Just being bad, you know. For the hell of it.
She's turned something off at the plug, Alex.
My name's Megan Wolf. Have an evil night. Ugh. Jen, I'm just gonna go smoko. Okay, can you get Bozeman on the phone?
Smoko?
Babe, I don't care if this is a dream, a bad trip, or a shock-induced coma. I did not sign up to be dressed like a slag, doshing out wristies for a 20. All right, I'm a professional news anchor, not a fucking bogan.
Bogan?
It's bad enough that he makes me do that
Bulk Bogan?
unconvincing accent the whole time. I mean, look at this. My skirt's so short you can see my juice. Alex?
Alex, wake up!
Why don't you wake up?
Wake up!
You fucking
Wake
bird.
up, Alex! Alex! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up, Alex. So that was the... Oh, they actually have Steam achievements now. Oh, nice. That was the part of, or all of what they did during lockdown. They did this all from home, which I think is a fucking... It's like a side sequence. It's not part of like the main game. I mean, you know, it's not part of the 3 they originally went to do. I think that's fucking crazy. They pivoted so quick and got this out. Like, I don't know. I had a lot of fun playing it initially. Look, we maxed out our ratings too. Exceedingly poor edit, max ratings. So I thought that was really cool that they were able to do that, because this isn't, you know what I mean? It's not what they intended to do, but they made a whole side story that paralleled, you know, what we have with lockdowns and not going outside and all that, based on the bears. And I mean, you know, yeah, it's a crazy fever dream. It's, that being said, I am going to be done for today. Excuse me. We will do chapter 2 and then maybe chapter 3 tomorrow. If I don't do chapter 3 tomorrow, I'll try and do it this weekend. Pending the weather being not reciprocal. The weather not taking down my internet. It's supposed to get a lot of storm today. So Thank you guys for coming to watch. I really enjoyed this game the first time I played through it. I'm enjoying it this time. I can't wait to see the final chapter. I did choose a couple different choices than I did last time to see how it kind of changes, but oh well. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. And yeah. Thank you, Laser. I'll catch you guys later.
But now you start to see, yes? The people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you.
These interaction reminder things get weird, so I know you guys are smart people. You do what you want. I'll catch you later.